On. Okay. Welcome, ladies. And I'm sure more ladies are going to join us as we keep on going. And we are really lucky. I feel very privileged to have with us tonight Yael Kaner and Naomi Zelwer. And you'll find out more about what each of them do. And I think we're very lucky that Yael's with us tonight because she had a new grandchild today and she's still here. How's that for dedication? So, mazel tov from all of us.
Mazel tov, Yael.
Mazel tov.
Okay, we're going to, I'm going to ask everybody to put themselves on mute, or I will put everyone on mute. And now, okay, this is how it goes. Whomever can turn on their cameras, we really appreciate it. We love talking to people, not black squares. But if we need to talk to black squares, we can do it. Okay, we can do it. Thank you, Simon. That's amazing. All right, now what we're going to have tonight is Yael's going to tell you a bit about herself, what she does, and give you some excellent tips. Okay. Have I got an echo to other people or just to me? There's an echo. Okay.
Give another.
I know. Okay, let's see. Any better? Okay, sorry. You know those technical things. Okay, so Yael's going to tell us what she does. She's been to some serious difficulties in her life, and she has a lot of resilience. She's got a lot of charm, a lot of character, a lot of positivity, and you'll see, and she'll share with us some of her story and how through her story, she's able to help all of us today. Okay, and Naomi, who hails also from Australia. Okay, so I know her from way back when. It's like quite amazing, and it's like really exciting. Is a psychotherapist who's moved into the area of minimalism therapy, and that to me is like such an exciting area because I too, not through a therapy, but have studied what we call megirot, doing drawers. How when we tidy our drawers, really literally, when I tidy my underwear drawer, it brings light into my life. Really, you think I'm crazy? I am a bit crazy, I agree, but that's not what does it. It's just an unbelievably liberating thing. And Naomi is going to share a lot about that with us. Questions, please, in the chat. And the other thing I want to tell you is we each have really exciting bonuses for you at the end. And we're going to have a raffle. And these are some very pretty stones. And the raffle is going to be for this set of stones because one of my very strong beliefs is that when we have simcha, when we have happiness in our lives, we can get through almost anything. So these are the simcha stones, the happiness stones, because let's be honest, we all have those ups and downs in our life. Sometimes they're higher and sometimes they're lower. And we all, if we're able to keep that energy of happiness with us, we are going to be able to cope a lot more. So I want to help you in any way I can. So I think we're going to get started. And I'm going to call on Yael. Okay. So let's go, Yael. Unmute yourself.
Okay. I'm Yael Kaner. I am a trained resilience coach. I graduated from the Jerusalem Coaching Institute, and I work with people that have been through trauma, who are navigating changes and are in pain. And I've learned some strategies, and I do teach women how to build their strength and not to let life knock you down. When you build this muscle, you can go through pretty much anything. And I've been through, divorce, remarriage, blending a family, the death of my son a year ago this past week. And of course, as you heard today, the birth of a new grandchild. So that's pretty awesome. What I help women do is I help them move out of just survival mode where you just want to be curled up and be in the fetal position and be in bed and be done with everything. And I teach them through the exercises and the techniques that I learned in schooling and in life, how to navigate change and pain. And that's what I want to talk. Shall I continue on? Yes. So I give my presentation now. Excellent. Okay, so that's who I am. I am an ex-Rebbitzin, Sephardic Rebbitzin who married a Chabadnik, and that in itself is a world of change. I went from rice to Nogabrach, so that was a change. But I spend my whole time in my life teaching and learning about resilience. And so basically, what is resilience? Resilience is the ability to bounce back when things have been really bad, whether it's through trauma, pain, job loss. I mean, this has been a tremendous year-long journey through COVID, through grief, and you learn how to pull yourself together and get on with things. So this COVID time has been a great reset. This is that's what everybody talks about in politics, the Great Reset, but I call it the Great Realignment, because twice a year we have an opportunity to start over again, to have, instead of mindset being, I just got the flow of my life going and all the kids are finally back in school and boom, along comes another holiday. Well, no. So twice a year, we're given a chance to regrow our soul, to navigate through becoming new through the season. So it's a time that you can make new habits, new hachatot, you can rebalance your relationships. And that's what Pesach, coming in and out of Pesach, should be. If you're the same person you are when you leave Pesach, then you missed the clue. So I help people get their clue. So first of all, I start every day in all my life knowing that I am a piece of God. That's a Chassidus 101 is I am a piece of God. So the piece of God is getting ready for the Seder, and I'm going to show up with my tiara on, and I'm going to remember who my father is, and I'm going to tap into all of that strength that comes through our Masorah of knowing that amazing self-awareness and understanding of who we are. So straighten your tiara and carry on. Now, while we're getting ready for Pesach, we should take frequent breaks. We should dance. We should be joyful. In my house, you will hear Hasidic music coming out of the walls as we're getting ready. And I try to do it with a really joyful heart. It's mindset. So you take charge of your Pesach experience and you look for solutions if there's a problem, and you look to take ownership. And that's very basic adulting 101. Say no when it doesn't suit you. If it's too many guests or too much, say no. No is a full sentence. You don't need my permission, but I'll give you my permission to say no. No extra company, no negativity around you, no toxic people, and no running a short order restaurant, making to-order meals for people in the middle of Pesach. No. Have a vision for what you want to achieve for yourself, and it's going to have a ripple effect on the rest of your family. Let go of perfectionism. A Cheerio won't break your Pesach. What can you do? So this is the optimal time to really tap into mindfulness, and that will decrease your stress level. And if you breathe, I know it sounds so basic, but it's true. Truisms are true because they're true. So breathe, sleep well, eat high quality food. Don't fall into the kugel. You know what I mean? Don't fall into the kugel. Basically, what you want to do is you want to be really intentional, and you want to put your energy into things that are in sync with the season and renewal and growth. And even when you're doing the dishes, you can use that mindfulness as a meditation instead of looking at it like you're overwhelmed. Mindset. I have been known to use affirmations when I have to go change over the kitchen and take everything down. And, I used to have, Baruch Hashem, 7 children, and now nobody's here. So now I have to do everything. So I say to myself, I can do anything I set my mind to. I set my intention. I set my goals. Pay attention to the voices and your inner voice. Pay attention to the stories that you tell yourself, and the Pesach's going to happen anyway. So you may as well choose to go into it with a really good attitude. And if you're familiar, and no doubt you are, with Viktor Frankl, between the stimulus and the response, that's where the zone of freedom is. That's where your choice is. So your choice is how to handle all this. Now, one of the things that we do during the Pesach season is, it's a coaching exercise that I learned from Dr. Leah. Dr. Leah taught us to do pies, to add every single day something physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional. But if you rearrange it, it spells pies. So every day, if you put those things into your day, you're going to have a much more balanced day, and it's going to be good for everybody around you. So that's a very simple coaching exercise. If you have a problem, call me. I'll walk you through it. No problem. Okay. Now, the last thing that I want to say is that if you model self-care and you model self-compassion, then your family's going to see that, and that's going to make an impression. Pesach is really, it's an important holiday, but it's an important holiday for the South, not just the national and the future generations. It's here, now, you relating to Hashem. So before we start changing our kitchens and going through our homes with a fine-tooth comb, really think through what your mission statement is, what your vision for the holiday season is, what your goals are, and where's the fun in it, and add the fun in, and see the vision of what your life can be at the end of Pesach. And that is pretty much what I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Terrific. Thank you, Yael. I love that self-compassion idea. I love it, because I think if we look after ourselves, then we can also look after others. That's in addition, of course, to being able to show the world, if I look after myself, you can look after yourself and look after me as well. It's like, it's amazing. If anybody's got a quick question for Yael, we've got some time. Okay, for a quick question, if anybody has, you can pop it in the chat, or you can even ask real. You can unmute yourself and ask if you have a question. I want to say, I want everybody to do something to continue on with what Yael said. You know, very often we have in our mind, we have a thought, Pesach is coming, it's a lot of hard work. I want us to put something else in our minds. I want everybody here now to think of another expression. Pesach is coming, it's a time of happiness. It's a time of family. Please, everybody take 3 seconds and think of what word you want to go into your Pesach and your Pesach cleaning with, okay? And your preparations for Pesach, because that is going to make a huge difference. We're sending messages to our brain, and let's send good messages to our brain, okay? Okay, so now we're going to move into Naomi, who's going to help us now and show us how we're going to get to that Seder, in where the word you've chosen is calm, you've chosen happiness. Choose the word, okay? And Naomi's going to help us get there. Okay.
Thank you, Gila. It's really lovely to be here with all of you. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, great. So I just want to say, Yael, I just loved everything that you had to say just then, and I'm feeling it, and I'm going to go into this Pesach letting go of the perfectionism. And if only I'd heard that gem about the one Cheerio when my kids were little, I think I would have been much more anxiety free a long time ago. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself to start off with. My name is Naomi Zelwer, and as Gila introduced me, I am a trained body-mind therapist with a clinic in Jerusalem where I see private clients, and I also run workshops for women. However, in the last few years, I've just plunged into a new area, which is a technique that I recently developed called Minimalism Therapy. And the way I use it is, for those of you who are not familiar with minimalism, although Marie Kondo has made it very famous lately, minimalism is a way of clearing time, space and energy for the things that really matter to you. So it's a very refreshing, super practical technique that you can use to tone up that muscle of conscious, deliberate choice about choosing the things that really matter to you, choosing the things that really you love and that serve you. Minimalism is not about picking up a perfectionist stick to beat yourself with. I'm not going to talk to you tonight, and I really don't believe in this, in trying to shrink yourself down to the smallest number of possessions possible. It's not about creating a capsule wardrobe. It's not about beating up on family members who might happen to have a bit of a hoarding tendency. Minimalism, yes, I see a few smiles of recognition amongst you. Minimalism is all about creating a livable, comfortable, nourishing home for you and your family, a home that contains the things that you love, a home that contains the things that serve you, and moving into an abundance mindset, by which I mean where you feel that you have enough and more than enough. You feel that you have everything that you need and everything that you want. And in my mind, this is one of the most valuable insights when you do minimalism in your home, is discovering that all the things that you've been looking for outside of yourself, you actually already have them within you and within your home. So as I'm talking about this, you're probably getting the feel already that minimalism is far more than decluttering. And I really do mean that, because I think that when we declutter in our homes, we're just doing an external process, whereas minimalism can be very transformational, because we're getting rid of not just physical clutter, but we're looking at also emotional clutter. We're not just looking at certain items in our home. Is this something that I've used recently? Do I plan to use it in the future? Although that is important too. We're also looking at our habits. We're looking at our relationships. We're figuring out what is nourishing for us and how we want to move forward. We're looking at what our priorities and our values are, and we are aligning ourselves with those goals by the choices that we make. And we make those choices in a practical way, but we also make them at a psychological level. Okay, so that's enough about minimalism in general right now. Since we're pre-Pesach, I want to jump right in to that room that is the bane of our existence just before Pesach, and that's the kitchen. So I want to give you just a few little tips generally about minimalizing in your kitchen. This is not just Pesach cleaning, this is generally. So first of all, if you are the kind of person who spring cleans at the same time that you Pesach clean, then you know how liberating and energizing it is to be letting go of stuff. So I want you to keep that in mind to motivate you. The first thing you need to do when you're working in your kitchen is you need to decide, what is the purpose of this room? Now, I know that most of you are joining us from Israel, at the moment, at least on the screen, and which means that in Israel, our kitchens are not really built for decorative purposes. Perhaps in Chutz La'aretz, and many of us are from Chutz La'aretz, and maybe you'll be joining us as well from there. People have much larger kitchens. Here in Israel, we need to be super, super selective about what we have there. As much as we'd like to have that artfully arranged vase of flowers and the beautiful bowl of fruit and the ottolenghi and, you know, cookbooks sitting on the kitchen bench, we unfortunately just do not have the space for that. And I always say, prioritize, number one, your counter space. Your counter space is prime property. So you want to get your counter space as clear as possible. That means, ladies, if you have massive tea, coffee, sugar canisters, you might want to think about putting them into your cupboard. A few people are nodding there, I see. Okay, things in your kitchen should have a permanent home. Now, that means not a permanent home where everything is piled on top of each other, and every time you want to get to that particular baking dish, you've got to pull everything out from in front. but I'm talking about like a little nest, like a comfortable place where every item returns home. Now, this is wonderful for you because then you know where things are and you're not hunting and throwing things over your shoulder and, you know, cursing other people in your family as you're looking for them. It's also really, really good for people in your family. And as you well know, when it's good for people in your family and easy for them to find the things that they need, they are far less likely to be running to you to ask them where they are. So it cuts down on your work in so many ways. Right at this junction, I want to say a few words about something I promised I would talk about, and this is in relation to kids and the kitchen. If you have kids at home and you would like to, like I'm sure we all would like to foster their independence and help them be able to prepare their own snacks and meals easily, quickly, and then clean up after themselves, then you need to organize utensils and healthy snacks for kids in a way that they can access them easily and show them. And it could be that the price you pay in the beginning is a little bit more mess, you know, they leave a bit more mess after them, but after a while it really, really pays off. And then you've got kids who can come home from school or grandkids who are able to, you know, grab their own snacks, wash their own dish, put it away afterwards, and that's really, really valuable. Now, kids with attention issues, which is something that is so common now, it's particularly helpful for them when you cut down the number of choices. A lot of people are talking at the moment about choice fatigue, and I see this in a lot of homes that I work in, that somewhere along the line we came under the impression that the more choices we have, or the more choices we give to our children, the more value or the more enriched their lives are. And it's not necessarily true. And if you're not sure what I mean, then I invite you to do your next big shop at a supermarket that you're not used to. Go into a completely different supermarket and choose one that is absolutely massive. And when you go with your shopping list and you try and choose the things that you're used to choosing, you'll see what a headache it is when there are too many choices, when you want to choose your cereals and instead of seeing in your regular supermarket 50 choices, you're seeing 200, right? And it takes much longer and it's aggravating and you walk out of the supermarket with a headache. Now, for those of us, and that's many of us who have kids with attention issues, this is a real easy, simple way that we can help them out by cutting down the number of choices, by having a chat with them and saying to them, listen, darling, what 2 or 3 choices would you like for breakfast every day? And you have those accessible to them. So instead of them getting up in the morning and having to rummage through their clothes that are summer and winter all together, that are all piled up with their brother's clothes as well. They get up in the morning, they've got their clothes set out, 1, 2, 3, bang, 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 they're getting dressed. They come into the kitchen, they've got 1 cereal or 1 yogurt to choose from or 1 toasted cheese sandwich, and they don't have this whole huge array of choices to exhaust them. And that way your child, by the time he leaves or she leaves the house and go to school, they've got the maximum amount of focus that is ready for their day at school. Okay, I want to give you 2 little assignments. I'm just checking my time, how I'm going for time here. Okay, Gila, you'll have to give me a sign if I'm going over time. So 2 little mini assignments. One is that I want you, 4 minutes? Okay, great. I want you to get out your serving dishes, not right now. This is hopefully tomorrow. You'll take yourself about 10 minutes. And I want you to get all your serving dishes and I want you to put them on your dining room table. Now, any of you who have spoken to me or worked with me before or picked up, I've got a free Minimalize Your Jewelry video going around, which you're welcome to access. Any of you who know me know that I always tell you, bring everything that you have from that same category into place when you're choosing. It doesn't help If you're going through your wardrobe, for example, and you've got a quarter of your clothes in the dirty wash, no, you've got to get ready and put everything out in one place so you can see them all. So back to your serving dishes. You're going to lay out all your serving dishes on your dining room table. Now, I've been in many homes and I've seen this many, many times. Some of us are under the illusion that we're about to invite the entire shul over for a kiddush, and we need to have the serving dishes for everybody, and they can't even fit on our dining room table. Now, if your dishes cannot fit on your dining room table, it's a sign, it's a red flag that you don't.
We're going to use plastic dishes because we can't take out our dishes.
Right, exactly. So what I'd like to urge you to do is, once you've got all those beautiful serving dishes out there, you go shopping within your own collection. I want you to imagine that you're in your favorite homeware store for, I don't know whether it's Fox Home or Golf or wherever it is, and you're going to choose the ones that you absolutely love. And the reason why I'm telling you to choose what you love first is because that puts us in a mindset of abundance. It puts us in, first of all, in a place where we feel, oh, I have all these gorgeous serving dishes, and then it's so much easier to let go of the others. Do you understand the logic? Yes, I'm seeing some nods. Excellent. Okay, so that's what I want you to do with your serving dishes. And just remember, if you are still harboring that fantasy of, I don't know, hosting your children's wedding, please God, and needing all the dishes to serve the guests, just remember it's a community building, beautiful exercise when people are coming to your simcha and you ask them to bring with them a dish. You don't have to own absolutely everything that you're going to use in your life. Okay, my second exercise, all right, is I want you, I have a little exhibit here. I call this Exhibit A. I'm not sure if can you see the size of this? I want you to know what this darling, tiny little gadget does. All it does is juice carrots, okay? Now, how many of you are keeping in your kitchen cupboards? By the way, I am going to use you as accountability buddies. This carrot juicer is out of my house by Pesach, okay? Actually, tomorrow. You can check in with me. Tomorrow it's out of my house. How many of you have got a rice cooker, an ice cream maker, right, thank you, a bread maker, a popcorn maker? We have these days we have these days all these one-horse wonders, you know, that these miracle contraptions which serve only one purpose, and that's really not very practical. I want you to have a look at your little miraculous contraptions and just check, do you have items in your kitchen that can do the work of 3 or 4 things? If so, that's the kind of item that you want to keep space for. Okay, I have so much more that I want to share with you tonight, but we've decided we're going to make it really short and sweet. So I want to urge you to visit my website, naomizelwer.com, and just read a little bit more about how I can help you go through your home room by room, really simply, so that you have order that's very easy to maintain and you get rid of all your overwhelm. Gila, back to you.
Great. Thank you, Naomi. Great. Okay. My trays are going on the table, but I moved houses a while ago into a smaller kitchen, and that's why I kept on saying, no, I don't have any carrot this or rice that or the other. I don't have space. Anyway, but that was amazing. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay. We're not hosting those kiddushim now anyway, right? It is a bit of COVID here. So yeah, and that space is just wonderful. I love having space.
Very liberating.
Yes. I want to mention something to you. The word Pesach is Pesach, a mouth that talks. We use our mouth a lot over Pesach. There is the mitzvah of eating matzot and the mitzvah of drinking wine and eating maror. But I'm going to go back. We could also use our mouths to say good and positive things as well. And that's the intent that we started with at the beginning. And I want to tell you a story that's going to strengthen this thought in your mind. I had this lady that I'm in touch with, and she calls me up and she says, Gila, ani lo yachola od. Gila, ani lo yachola. Ani lo yachola babayit hazeh. I can't manage anymore, Gila. I can't manage in this house. I can't live in this house. I can't. And guess what? The next time I spoke to her, she told me she was sick. Because what message is she giving to her brain? She's giving a message to her brain of I can't. So her body heard, I can't. So shut down. I'm not feeling well. I said, I don't want to hear that message again. The message is, I want a more beautiful home. I want to fix this. I want this. And I want all of us to be using positive messages. Last time, if any of you were on the webinar last time, the panel last time, Aviva spoke about the fact that if you smile, a fake smile, it's going to reach your brain. If you laugh, a fake laugh, it's going to reach your brain. So when we say positive words, it's reaching our brain. So we want to get that, we want to be in that positive mindset. It's very important. So of course, this could lead me straight into my stones, okay? And we're going to talk about a few stones. First of all, I want to share with you this stone here. And this is a stone called the agate blue lace, otherwise known as Even HaNeumim, the stone of speeches, because we want to be saying the right thing. This is also a great stone for time of Pesach, because if we take a lot of things upon ourselves, this is a stone that will help us manage. And it may be, for some, not for many of us, that at some stage, just before we're changing the dishes or Pesach is coming in, we get a little bit edgy and we're not saying things as nicely as we'd like to say it. I don't know if anybody can identify with that, but the agate blue lace is going to help us say it a little bit nicer, okay? So that might come in very handy. Another stone that would come in very handy for us is this stone. This is called an aragonite. Can you see it's got all little pieces and shapes to it? I'm trying to show you. This stone, okay, aragonite, does it resonate with the word organize? If we want to be more organized, or we need to multitask, this is a multitasking stone, okay? And this is real. I just pulling out stones that I thought are going to be good for us right now. It's a stone that's going to help us have more self-discipline, because one of the things I know for myself, I need more self-discipline. I start off, I have to tell you what I do, and this is going to help me get more organized. It sits on my desk all the time. I didn't even have to go into one of my stone boxes to pull it out because it's right here. When I start to prepare my Pesach, the first thing is I work from the end. When do I want to change my house over? What day? So this year, I want to change my house on Wednesday because I need to cook, or I want to change on Tuesday night. I want to cook on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm starting at the end. So I start from Wednesday, and then I've got a calendar going backwards, what I need to do at the end. When can I do my fridge? And I'm actually calling on you, anybody who doesn't have a list, make a list with really practical things on it. The milchik cupboards, the fleischer kitchen cupboards, the bedroom. And the other thing is, decide for yourself, when am I moving from spring cleaning to just Pesach? There's like that Seder, or that frequency, or that vibe in the air now of let's clean the linen cupboard and clean the bathroom cupboards and all of that stuff. That is fantastic, but it's not fantastic to be doing that 5 days before Pesach. Then we can do the real Pesach cleaning. And it's also not great if it stresses us out. We don't want to be stressed, okay? We want to make sure that we are calm. And when we are calm, that energy pervades our household. I'm telling you, I know before Shabbat, if I'm stressed, the whole house is stressed. So if I can just keep calm, then we're going to do it. So how are we going to keep calm? We're going to take the amethyst, okay? This is an amethyst. Amethyst, I got a few of them, is one of my favorites, okay? So look at this guy. Amethyst is you'll see a lot of my stuff is purple because it's like this spiritual tranquility. And I think that that's Pesach. We want to get there with this spirituality to be able to partake in the Seder and feel that spiritual part of what we're going through and, you know, connect to that part of God that's within us as well and feel calm and feel relaxed. So that is going to, the amethyst is going to help us to give us that calm as well. Okay, it is also going to help you focus and concentrate. And another bonus of the amethyst, you know what I find very often, especially as I'm getting a bit older, when I was younger, this didn't happen to me, but if any of you are a little bit older, now I find that what happens is during the day, I'm going and I'm doing and I have to, and I go to bed at night and I don't have that effect of my head lands on my pillow and I'm out for the night. Doesn't happen so much anymore. What happens to me is the mind is keeping on racing on. So if I have, and I do have, a lovely amethyst next to my bed, it just helps me calm down and sleep and go to sleep. So that is really important to me. Then I want to share with you something else. This is called a calcite, which is a family of stones, and it's a peach calcite. See the color. It is a great stone. You want to prepare your list, that list that I talked about, and maybe it's a little bit overwhelming. This is going to help you to get organized, because that's what we want to do, is to get organized, have clear thoughts in our mind and be able to focus. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking a lot about focus. So when we're talking a lot about focus, we're going to talk about also our friend here, this Pesach, which helps us focus a lot. I didn't mention, I mean, I just dived into the crystals because I love them so much, but I didn't tell you what I do. I realized, oh, how do I do this? What I do, people come to me and they choose stones. People are attracted to the crystals that are good for them. And believe me, it works. It's unbelievable. And through that, I understand what's going on for somebody and I am able to treat them. People of all ages. So I had a 4.5-year-old girl today, and I'm doing most of my work over the Zoom. And I had a 69-year-old woman last week. And this woman last week, amazing. I looked at her assessment and I said to her, I guess you're feeling really lonely and there's a lot of fear there. Tell me, do you have some sort of an addiction? I mean, I said it to her maybe a bit more tactfully than that. And she said, yes, I'm addicted to media. I can't stop watching television and I can't stop with my telephone, and I'm starting in a course in April. She may not need her course because she's starting the crystals tomorrow or the day after when they reach her, I hope. But it's quite amazing what we could do with the crystals. I talked a lot about those positive thoughts, and when we change our speech, okay, from that negative, I can't, to something positive, it helps. So what I'm going to do now, we've got time, we've got 2 minutes. I'm putting everybody into breakout rooms of 2 people, and I want each of you to give the other one a bracha. 2 minutes, okay? Each of you give somebody a bracha and say, for whatever it is you want, and because I want us to leave here, okay, on a really high place. Okay, so we're going to those breakout rooms, 2 minutes, that's it. No. We're going. Yes, we're going into the rooms. Dana? Dana, you here? Dana? Are you in the room? Dana? How was it, Simone?
I'm
Oh, I'm sorry. So I want to give you a bracha of great energy and great pleasure and lots of fun and a wonderful, wonderful hug. I want to really give you that bracha.
Amen. Thank you. I'm actually feeling very positive. I had a good Pesach shop today.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yonit, are you there? Shoshana, are you there? There was a few. How was that, Yael?
It was fantastic because I was with my friend Lisa Marcus and we know each other and we know each other's practice very well. And so we were able to give each other really powerful brachas.
Oh, wow. Fantastic, fantastic.
All right. So who were you with?
I managed, I toured around a little bit, not enough. Okay.
Okay.
Shoshana, I think you didn't have a partner, so I just want to give you a bracha for a wonderful hug and lots of happiness and lots of positive energy and lots of working together. Everybody, whoever's at home, will work together and besimcha to bring in the hug. And that's what I want to give everybody bracha. Let's do it besimcha and let's, have that calm and let's achieve everything. And as Yael said, that cheerio, it's okay. We can levatel. We can cancel it out. Okay.
Right. Gila, can I just interrupt you for a moment? Would it be, if everyone's okay with it, could we just have a screenshot? If you're not comfortable, you can switch off your video for a moment. But if you are comfortable, if everyone can give your biggest smile right now, and I've got my wonderful tech support daughter to come in and help us with this.
Sure.
Okay, just one second. I'll tell you when.
Okay. Okay, can I talk? Can I keep on talking?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so let's go. I want to now come with our special bonus offers here, all right? So everybody should know. So Yael is offering 6 coaching sessions at a 20% discount. That is an amazing offer. Yael's phone number is 058 447 4351. Okay, I will send out afterwards a summary with all of the offers and contact information for the 3 of us. But I'm just letting you know. Naomi is offering 4 minimalism sessions, one-on-one sessions, okay, at a 25% discount. These are not offers you get every day, ladies. The offers here are really amazing. So you could be in touch with Naomi through her website, Naomi Zelwer, oneword.com, if you want to put that in the chat, Naomi. Okay. And I would like to offer you the following. I got a couple of offers, ladies. Number 1, you could join. I'm running a webinar on Tuesday evening, and you could join that for free. I don't do free webinars. The panels are free. My webinars are not free, but for you, because you came to the panel tonight, you could join the webinar for free. When you sign up, you put in the coupon code of Seder. And that is the coupon code for all of us. So on Naomi, it's also Seder. And if you talk to Yael, tell her about the Seder and she'll get it. Okay, I also am running after Pesach. Don't worry, after Pesach, I'm starting a 5-week Zoom course for people to study and to understand how to do, how to work with the crystals, to use them, to become familiar with them. Okay, this course is 1,470 shekel. For you tonight, it's either 1,250 shekel, 4 payments is 320 times 4, okay? So, ladies, you have great offers. Now, I promised you, didn't I? I told you that we have a raffle here. So, Yael, could you choose a number, please? Something between 1 and 18.
4.
Number 4 is Chava Solomon. Chava, you're here? You have won a set of stones, okay?
Thank you. I can't believe it.
Yeah, you're the winner. So you're gonna send me an email with your address. We'll be in touch, okay? And I will post these out to you. And you know, we say, Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha. We need to worship Hashem with simcha and serve Him with simcha. So I hope we have all brought more simcha to you, more seder to you, and everybody should have a chag kasher v'sameach. You can turn off your mics and say chag sameach.
Thank you, Chag Sameach.
Thank you, and Chag Sameach.
Chag sameach.
Thanks so much, everybody.
See you.
Have a Mitzrayim.
Bye.
Go us. Go.
Thank you.
Gula.
Amen.
Amen.
Mashiach
Amen.
now.
Amen. Lovely to meet you too. It was wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Laila
Bye.
Tov.
Good luck,
Laila
everybody.
Tov. Okay, have a great week and a great
Thank
Chodesh
you.
Tov. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye. Bye.